I'm a millionaire. Now, that may be a weird statement considering the fact that I don't actually have $1 million. So, let me kind of take a moment and explain what I mean by that. If you've been watching my videos, you're going to know in the last couple weeks, at this point, it might be almost a month, I haven't kept track exactly of when it began, but at least 3 weeks, I'd say. This new perspective, this new shift, the whole quantum theory thing that kind of sunk down in me and became part of who I am rather than just something that I understood, mentally. And since then, it's like, the first step in that was, oh, wait, if the past, the future, the present all exist simultaneously, then there's a version of myself out there, the future version that's already healed. So I don't need to heal myself. I just need to live as that future version of myself, and everything's going to work itself out naturally. So I've been kind of pondering that for the last couple weeks and trying to live through that, or not through that, but like live as that new version of myself. And a couple days ago, I'm like, why don't I start using this for other things? It started with an idea, because there were periods during the last 9, almost 10 months at this point, during the last 2 months with the whole tumors in the brain thing and everything, and the relapse that happened with that, and the shift in perspective and everything. So there's been a lot of things going on. But in the last week, there was a week where it's like I had a hard time sleeping. I'm not quite sure why. And I felt like I was kind of like losing that new version of myself. I felt like I kind of had to force myself to hang on to that, to be grateful and everything. And I'm like, no, this is not normal. Like, I shouldn't be forcing this. And anyway, so that process made me realize, like, what if there's a different way to do this? And then I came up with the idea, what if I have a specific intention every day? So, my main approach to life of being grateful for everything and considering myself that I'm healed and just, enjoying life as much as I can, that remains. But it's like, what if I have a specific intention for the day? So it's like, the first day was, I need to remember, I'm healthy and everything that I do is making me even healthier. So that was my intention throughout the day. And I kept reminding myself of that and going through the day with that intention. I'm like, ooh, I like this. This is fun. This allows me to really connect with who I truly am, with the universe, with my future self, all those things. So I'm like, cool. What if I do this every day, a different one? So the second day was, I'm a millionaire. Now I'm like, all right, this is a good intention to have. And I know that I'm going to manifest all the money that I need and that I deserve for everything that I need to do, whether it be treatments, whether it be traveling, whatever it is. So it's like, there's no fear, there's no insecurity, there's no worry about money or the future. But I'm like, why live a basic life when I could live an amazing life? So I'm like, all right, let's have that intention. I'm going to live as a millionaire. Now, that doesn't mean that I go out and just spend a ton of money that I don't have. It just means I live with that intention and I try throughout the day to be grateful as if I already had that $1 million or multiple millions in the future. But for now, let's start with one. So that's kind of what I've been doing for the last couple of days. And I'm having fun with it. It's like small things of like, oh, when I'm like, let's say, I don't know, the best example I can think of, I don't know why that's the first thing that pops into my head. Like, let's say I fart, I'm like, ooh, that was a millionaire fart. Or it's like I'm brushing my teeth, like that's millionaire teeth brushing, whatever. It's like, I just have fun with it because that's who I am. So anyway, I've been doing that for the last 3-4 days at this point. And it's just a very, very fun process. And I'm like, I know that the universe is going to provide the money that I need and eventually I will be a millionaire and everything. But I'm like, let's kind of test it. Because I want to see how effective, how powerful this quantum manifestation can be. So I'm like, all right, let's give the universe until April 29th, because that's my birthday. So I'm like, seems like a good date. So all right, let's give the universe till April 29th to provide the first $1 million. Now, there's a few things that I'm doing to open up gateways. Because the thing is, the way I understand the universe is anything is possible. However, you can't really expect to get something if you have all the doors closed. There needs to be a way for the universe to provide what you're desiring, what you deserve. So one of the things I've been doing is buying lottery tickets. Not with the expectation of this, because I did it before I had this idea and I started living as a millionaire. But it's just like, it felt right. I didn't quite know why. And now I'm like, oh, maybe this is why. But at the same time, I know that it's probably going to come from a completely different direction. All that to say, I set the universe this date as a kind of a challenge, as a test to see what would happen. And now all I'm doing is just relaxing, doing what feels right, living as a millionaire. And it feels really good. It's also kind of weird living and doing and believing something that isn't true yet. But it's the same thing as, the other thing that I'm doing is like, oh, I'm healthy, even though technically, arguably, I'm not. This is the exact same thing. So it's a fun process, something new that I'm trying out, that I wanted to share. And I don't know what the next thing is going to be. So health, obviously, most important thing. Money, I would say probably second most important thing, because if I don't have the money to pay for my expenses and everything, well, I'm going to have to go back to work, and then that's going to impact my health. So those are the two most important things. Aside from that, I don't really know what the next thing is. I have a video that I made that I watch every morning and every night with statements that just fully represent who I want to be, who I am. And, obviously there's health in there, there's money in there, but there's a bunch of other stuff. So, once maybe in a month, or I don't know, maybe a couple of days, I have, sorry. Great, I choked. That was fun. That was a millionaire choke. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the next step is going to be, but I'm really enjoying this process. Also, quick side note, for the last 2 months, I've been having issues with my nose and everything, and I finally got the humidifiers, and it seems to be making a very big difference. Like, I seem to be sleeping better. I seem to be able to function more, which is definitely nice. I'm waiting for the hygrometers, which is the device to measure the humidity in the air, just to make sure that it's a constant level of it and everything, because at the moment I have no idea. It could be super high, super low, but it's making me feel better. And also the plants in the apartment seem to really be enjoying it. So I'm like, all right, the air was definitely dry. So kind of nice to be able to have figured that out. Still, bleeding a little from the nose every once in a while. Still have the flu going on as a result of the time I spent in the hospital, but hopefully that'll go away soon. Now that I'm working out a little more, not a little more, I wasn't before, but now that I'm working out, hopefully that'll help clear things out. So that's kind of a little update of everything. Hopefully this all made sense to you. To me, it just feels amazing to be able to live life like this. For the last, almost 34 years now, I've just been so stuck in my own fears and insecurities and worries and trying to please everyone and regretting stuff from the past and worrying about the future. And it's just like, I just can't believe that I made my life so complicated, so miserable. And I could have been living like this the whole time. But, it's all part of the process. I had to go through everything that I went through to get to this point and to be able to appreciate life to the degree that I am. So no regrets, nothing. Life is amazing. Life is perfect. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Life is perfect.